sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the space. When that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it. I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old.
Hello?
You know I will be coming home. Yeah, when that foghorn blows, I gotta hear it. I don't have to feel it.
يمكن ما تجي. خليها طول.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really quickly, before we begin the actual ceremony, I just want to say a few things actually. If you are posting to Instagram or Facebook, we ask that you use the hashtag Kelly and Charles 2013 because, well, they're special and they need to have their own hashtag, so it works. It is. It's this year's wedding. And after that, I ask that you please remain where you are throughout the ceremony. At the end of the ceremony, once the bridal party has exited, we ask that you make your way downstairs to enjoy the cocktail party before dinner. Great. So, 5 years ago, I had the very, very, very good pleasure of being there when Kelly and Charles met. And that was exquisite timing, I have to say. They immediately connected and the sparks flew, and I have to admit, the one thing better than watching love start is watching love bloom. And over the years, Kelly and Charles have really been eventful, but they've loved each other with every inch of their heart and with a passion that is to be admired. I know I'm being cheesy, I'm sorry, but I can't help myself. So, before we start with the exchanging of the vows, I just wanted to say a few words from Khalil Gibran's prophet on marriage. And I hope this is some sort of good guidance for you in the future. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. And stand together, yet not too near together, for even the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow, but not in each other's shadow. So I hope that somehow guides your future and is in any way beneficial. But cheers to both. So Kelly, if you'd like to start with your vows.
As long as it doesn't rain on everybody out here, I will continue with my vows. I have waterproof mascara. We are storytellers, you and I. And the story of us is one of my favorites to tell. Most everyone we know knows the surroundings of our auspicious beginning. The teasing, the tension, the dare and the subsequent kiss, and that fateful toss of my martini on your soup. But it was our second meeting, many months later, unknown but to you and I, that did us in, forever linking us and eventually drawing us here. Your father had suffered a heart attack, and in your mad rush to get back to him, you missed your flight back to Lebanon. Feeling low, you had the sudden impulse to call me. Hello there, you heard. My father had a heart attack, and I stupidly missed my flight. I don't want to be alone. Do you want to grab a drink? I said yes. I wanted to say no. I knew that this was not an invitation for a drink. This was an invitation to a complication that I nor you was ready for. But it was your sadness and your anger at yourself for having missed that flight back to see your father that unraveled my resolve. Despite ourselves, somehow our hands found each other that night. I remember putting my hand in your big, hairy, bare paw and thinking to myself, this feels right. It finally fits. It feels like home. And I told you as much that night. We are here today in front of our family and friends to make a promise to each other. I have to turn the page now. I, Kelly Davies, take you, Charles Adwan, to be my lawfully wedded husband. I cannot promise never to be angry. I cannot promise always to be kind. You know what you're taking on, my darling. It's only at the start that love is blind. And yet I'm still the one you want to be with, and you're the one for me. Of that I'm sure. You are my closest friend and my favorite person. The lover and the home I've waited for. I cannot promise that I will deserve you from this day on. I did, and I do love you. And I will love you. Charles, please.
Rain or shine, rain or shine. My love.
Blackberry.
Commitment. It's normal to be scared of commitment. It's normal to be scared to commit. After all, it's a word that's used for crimes. My hayate, as you know, rain or shine, we'll do this.
Go for it. We got this. I'm just worried about her dress.
I thought that I spent my whole life running away from commitment. I tried to run away when we first met. You know that. I knew that. And I told the guys, when we first went on a date, this may be it. I may have to retire soon. My bachelor days are over. I have found what I'm looking for. Once I found you, commitment was no longer scary. Being without you terrifies me now. In the run-up to our wedding, a lot of people have been asking me if I have any doubts. if I know what I'm doing, if I'm sure that this is it. What I always told them is that I know with full certainty that this is what I have been always longing for. I realized that I had not been running away from commitment. I had just been saving it for you. Just like I've been saving Venice for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And you know, ever since I confessed my love to you, you always ask me, what is it in me that made you so infatuated with me? And I always gave you answers that never satisfied you. Neither your gorgeous looks, nor your beautiful mind, nor your sharp wit, or even your purest integrity. And the reason they didn't satisfy you was that there was another reason that I always felt, but I could not really formulate in words readily. And I recently found out what it was. It was your big heart. It was your big heart for me, your big heart for your family, your big heart for your friends, your big heart for my friends too, which you stole from me. And it's the way you so passionately love everyone and make them feel so safe that makes me so in love with you. It makes me feel safe enough to let myself be vulnerable. So my darling, my hayati, for those and so many other reasons, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. As my wife, as my partner, as my inspiration, and as my anchor. I promise to keep you close and to set you free. I promise to hold you tight and to let you be. I promise to listen and to let you hear me. I promise to be there and to protect thee. I may not always do, but I'll always try to succeed. You're my everything and all I can see. I love you.
If you can please clear the way from the aisle. Hermione, would you mind please bringing up the rings?
It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be.
Yeah. Come on, Hermione. Today.
You can do it.
We had to have Hermione, obviously. Family, right? Do you, Kelly, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold for as long as you both shall live?
Eternity.
And do you, Charles? One hand, sorry, guys. One more time.
Make sure, right time.
That worked. And do you, Charles, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Woo!
Thank you, everyone. If you can clear the way, please, so the bridal party can make their way out. And then everyone will head downstairs for the cocktail party. Thank you, everyone. Sorry for the rain. Apologize.